Hi students, today we're going to look at the last depreciation method of this three-part series, and that is called units of production. So I think you're going to like this method. It's pretty easy to apply, and the nice part about it is you don't have to worry at all about partial year depreciation. And that's because the charge for depreciation is based on production of units of that machinery. So for example, we might have a vehicle and we might say, oh, the depreciation on this vehicle is 10 cents per kilometer driven. Or we might have a piece of equipment that is meant to, hydraulically cut a piece of metal, and we might say, okay, this equipment should be good for 5 million cuts, and then it's kind of had its useful life and we'll retire it. So instead of saying, oh, it's going to last so many years, what we do is we estimate the production capacity of that machine, and then we're going to find out the production cost, or the depreciation cost, I should say, of one unit. So let's look at this example. I think you'll find this to be a fairly nice method to apply. We're going to buy equipment for $300,000, and it has a production capacity of 1.2 million units. Now, our residual value is 60,000. And before we start to calculate depreciation, what we need to do is find the amount of depreciation for one unit. So let's start with our 300,000, and similar to straight line depreciation, we're going to deduct the residual value first. So we're going to take away that 60,000 residual, leaving us an amount to be depreciated of 240,000. And I've manipulated these numbers so that they come out to a nice even number. If you were doing this in real life, you might go to 3 decimals. Your number would probably not be a nice even number, and you would probably go to 3 or even 4 decimals of accuracy to calculate the depreciation rate. But here I have the amount to depreciate of $240,000, and the machine will be good to produce 1.2 million units. So we just divide. So $240,000 divided by 1.2 million units gives us 20 cents per unit. So now we have a rate, and all we need to do is apply that rate for one to the total number of units produced during your year. So up here, as an example, we have year 1 production and year 2 production. Now you'll notice we bought this machine January 30, but again, using this method, we don't have to do partial year depreciation. We don't have to say we had it 11 months out of 12. We just have to say, well, it costs us 20 cents a unit to produce or use the machine, and we had 80,000 units the first year. So the first year we're going to do this. We're just going to go 80,000 units times 20 cents. And I'll just format this a little nicer. And there's our depreciation for year 1. Now in year 2, we produced 100,000 units. So similarly, we're just going to take our 100,000 units times our 20 cents per unit, and that gives us $20,000. So that's all there is to this method, and I've already typed in our account titles: depreciation expense debit, accumulated depreciation credit, and all we need to do is put in year 1 that we've already calculated, and then for year 2 we calculated 20,000, so we'll put that in here. So there we have it. that's actually all there is to this this method. So that's pretty nice, isn't it? And we'll see you later in another video.